Friends in Dhamma, today I invite you to reflect on a profound distinction, one that modern science is only beginning to grasp, yet which the Buddha illuminated over 2500 years ago: the difference between the brain and the mind. In our daily lives, we use both body and mind to act, speak, and think. The brain, as science now confirms, is a physical organ. It can be photographed, scanned, and even operated on. But the mind is not a thing. It cannot be seen, touched, or dissected. It is a stream of consciousness, a continuum of thoughts, feelings, perception, and volitions. The Buddha was among the first to declare that the mind is not the brain. It is not bound by flesh and blood, but by karma and intention. So, how then should we purify and control this invisible, powerful force that shapes our lives? Let us turn to the Buddha's teaching. First one, moral discipline. The foundation of mental purification begins with ethical conduct. The Buddha taught the five precepts not as commandments, but as training rules to guard the mind from defilement. When we refrain from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, false speech, and intoxicants, we create a field of peace. The mind, like a garden, cannot flourish in chaos. Sila is the fence that protects the seed of wisdom. Second, concentration. Once moral discipline is established, the mind becomes fit for cultivation through meditation, especially mindfulness of breathing and loving kindness. We learn to study the mind. A concentrated mind is like a clear lake. It reflects reality without distortion. The Buddha compared the concentration mind is a fortress, guarded and impenetrable by the enemies of greed, hatred, and illusion. Third one, wisdom. With concentration comes insight. We begin to the things as they truly are: impermanent, unsatisfactory, and non self. This wisdom is not intelligent alone, it is experiential. It arises when we observe the arising and passing of thoughts without clinging. We realize that the mind is not a fixed entity, but a process. And in the realization, we find freedom. Fourth, guarding the sense doors. The Buddha often emphasized the importance of guarding the six sense door: eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Just as a city gate must be watched to prevent enemies from entering, so too must we be vigilant with what we allow into our consciousness. Unwholesome sight, sound, and thoughts can pollute the mind. Mindfulness acts as the gatekeeper. Fifth, overcoming the five hindrances. The purity of the mind, we must convert five obstacles: sense desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and remorse, and doubt. These are not enemies to be destroyed, but cloud to be understood. Through meditation and wise reflection, we learn to let them pass. The Buddha linked these hindrances to stain on a cloth. Only when removed can the cloth be dyed with the color of them. 6. Cultivating the Brahma Viharas. The divine act of loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. Powerful tools for mental purification. When we radiate metta, we dissolve hatred. When we feel karuna, we soften cruelty. When we rejoice in others' success, we uproot envy. And when we remain balanced, we transcend attachment. These qualities transform the mind into a refuge for all beings. Seventh, reflecting on death and impermanence. The Buddha encouraged frequent reflection on death, not to induce fear but to awaken urgency. When we remember that life is fleeting, we stop wasting time on trivialities. We begin to prioritize inner peace over outer gain. The mind becomes clear, focused, and ready for liberation. 8. Noble association and right view. Finally, the company we keep sharp our mind. Association with wise friend, we call Kalyanamit, and listening to true Dhamma help us develop right view. It is like walking with a lamp in the dark. Our path becomes visible. The Buddha said that noble principle is not half of the whole life, it is the whole of it. Dear friend, to purify and control the mind is not to suppress it, but to understand it. The Buddha did not ask us to believe blindly, but to investigate. He offered tools, not dogma. And with those tools, ethics, meditation, and wisdom, we can transform the mind from a restless monkey into a serene sage. Let us walk this path with courage, compassion, and clarity. For in purifying the mind, we purify in the world. Thank you very much.